have you wildin'. Last minute trips to the islands. Drip, drip, drip when you're sliding. Dip, 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 baby.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I decided to switch up my scenery today, so I'm outside on my balcony. I'm just chilling. The weather is nice out here in Atlanta, y'all. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. It's just perfect right now. We're getting a little breeze. I'm looking at the trees. Oh, I just caught a rhyme. Anyways, as you see from the title of this video, this is a Q&A as well as some advice, first time mom things, all of that. Yeah, so I posted a Q&A on Instagram and you guys left some questions as well as advice. So let's get into it. I decided to be a little more organized this time because usually I just, oh, it's a bug. Like I was saying, usually I just be scrolling through my phone trying to, you know, pick the questions as I see them. But today, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling organized. So I actually went through the questions, wrote down the questions that I'm going to use, as well as I wrote down the advice that I'm going to share that was given with me. So I have opened my handy dandy notebook and let's get into our first question. These questions are not in any, you know, specific order. They're kind of all over the place, to be honest. I could have like grouped them together by subject, but I didn't. Here we go with the first question. First question I have is, do you get anxiety being away from your baby or when other people have her? At first I did. I used to have really bad anxiety, and of course the only person that keeps Rylan overnight is my mom. So yes, in the beginning I did have the anxiety. Even though she was with my mom, I still was like, you know, my nerves was bad. It was only like 2 months, so you know, it was still fresh. It was really early postpartum. And now I don't really get anxiety because, again, Rylan only goes with my mom. She only spends the night with my mom. I feel 1000% comfort in knowing that she be with my mom. She's good. She's overly good, okay? My mama does not play about Rylan. So I don't really get that anxiety anymore like I did when I first had her. But it still do be times when I am overly like, what's going on with Rylan, even though I know she's okay. Like the other night, for instance, I literally could not sleep because I was just thinking about Rylan all night and she was with my mom. So the anxiety has gotten better, but it definitely was there. Very present early on. The second question that I have, and I got this question a lot, and I always get this question on YouTube videos, on Instagram, all of that. So I'm glad it is on here. And the question is nighttime routine and baby sleep schedule. So for Rylan, y'all know, schedule down packed. But as she's been getting older, you know, I've been having to tweak it a little bit because her stretches with her naps, of course, are getting shorter. She's taking less naps throughout the day. So when I first had her, the schedule, of course, was, you know, she was having to eat every 3 to 4 hours. And it was really 2 to 3 hours at first because I was breastfeeding. So we was doing that, boom. She was not, of course, sleeping through the night until we got to about 2 months. And then she started sleeping through the night for real. But when I stopped breastfeeding, it was way easier for me to, you know, really hammer in on the schedule. So around 9 o'clock we played, you know, we done got a lot of her energy out. Mind you, this is when she was younger. About 9 o'clock we are getting ready for the bath. I'm putting her in the bath. If we aren't taking a bath, she is going to get a wipe down. She's going to get clean in some sort of fashion. And with the wipe down or the bath, I feel like that was helping with, you know, the schedule with her going to sleep. So after her wipe down or bath, then I would give her her bottle. She usually would be falling asleep off the bottle. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. By 10 o'clock, she was asleep. Even if I was moving a little later, say we didn't get ready for the bath until about 9:15, 9:30-ish, she's out like a light by 10 o'clock. Now, I would say it's pretty much the same, except we have pushed everything, you know, further back. So we can get that longer sleep stretch at night. So now we're doing everything, I would say, push back like an hour. The latest she's going to sleep now is like 11 o'clock, and that gives us a good night's sleep till about 8 in the morning. But pretty much the same thing. She's gonna take a bath or a wipe down. She's gonna get her nighttime bottle and she's going to go to sleep. Right before I start the bath time and stuff, I am going to get her energy out. Right before her nighttime play, I do like to feed her something solid. So I feel like that also be a key. The solids help her sleep well throughout the night. Rylan is currently 8 months now. She just turned 8 months on the 21st. So she has been doing more like, you know, textured foods. We have been progressively moving on to that, but I still have been giving. I had to change the angle that I was sitting at because the camera getting too hot. It done shut off when I was saying whatever I was saying. So now I have no clue what I was saying. But basically, yeah, the solids I would say help sleep through the night. We are moving on to more textured food, so with that being said, I still am giving her the like stage 3 solids right before bedtime rather than the like more textured foods that I've been making. So that pretty much sums up, you know, our nighttime schedule from when she was younger and to where we are with it now. The next question I have is, what bassinet do I use and what is the second stroller I have for her? So the second stroller I have is the Even Flow Pivot. Love it. Absolutely love it. The storage space up underneath, the way you can sit it out, and it's actually good from even when they're an infant because it has the bassinet stroller part too. Right now we've been using the bassinet part, like it turns into a toddler part too. I don't know if y'all know what I mean, but the stroller is like, I don't know, 3-in-1 or something. It's good, but the name of it is an Even Flow Pivot. Love it. The bassinet, now I don't know exactly what bassinet she has, but I know it's from Amazon, and it's really nothing special other than the fact that it has the drop down part that you can lay next to like your bed, so it's like seamless between you and the baby and the bassinet, you know. The fourth question I have is, am I still breastfeeding? No. No. I stopped breastfeeding around 2.5 months. She was really closer to 3 months. But baby, I will say, breastfeeding for me, it wasn't that it was hard, and it wasn't even that I wasn't producing. It was the more mental part for me. Like, I literally felt like I was slipping into a depression because you're literally always on call. It's nothing nobody can do if you don't have no milk ready in the bottle. It's real, you know, hands-on. I just don't think I was more so prepared or ready like I thought I was to be that committed to, you know, breastfeeding. I don't know. It might sound like a cop-out, or it might sound like, oh, that's lazy, but it really is just discipline in knowing that that's what you're gonna do. But for me, it was the mental aspect of it. It wasn't even, you know, the actual action of doing it. The mental for me was taking me out of here. So once I realized that my mental was getting a little off, I was slipping into a depression, I did have to cut back, and I kind of felt bad about it. I did have mom guilt because I'm like, dang, you know, I'm stopping from feeding my baby because of what I got going on, but how am I gonna be good to her if I'm not good, you know? Like, I really had to put myself first. Put yourself first. So no, the answer to that is no. The next question is, am I experiencing any postpartum hair loss? I have not experienced any postpartum hair loss, but I also don't like to talk too soon. But me personally, I have continued to take vitamins, so I'm still taking multivitamins. If I don't take them every day, it's really every other day, and I feel like maybe that has attributed to not having postpartum hair loss just yet. I don't want to speak too soon, for real. Like, I don't want to be like, oh no, I ain't got no postpartum hair loss, and then be coming back in 2 months and my hair is gone. Because this is the longest and healthiest my hair has ever been, and I really do think it is because of the vitamins. Y'all know we gotta take those prenatal pills while we're pregnant, so I was doing that religiously. Like, I did not miss my prenatals. So once I was done being pregnant, I'm like, I want to continue to take the vitamins if this is what it's helping. It was having my nails, my hair, everything was on 10. So I'm like, yeah, I need to continue having that going on. You feel me? Next question is, did you get any pushback when you decided to formula feed instead of breastfeed? No. So Rylan was 9 pounds when she was born, okay? So y'all know when you in the hospital, your milk has not come in. And if you had a C-section, it really takes longer for your milk to come in. I gave her formula while we were at the hospital. So she was already accustomed to not only taking the formula, but taking a bottle. So as soon as we got home, like literally, my milk came in and we were on breastfeeding. But I was more so on pumping than actually putting her on my boob all the time, even though it still was seeming like she was on my boob all the time, you know? So no real pushback again with the formula, nor the nipple with taking a bottle, because I already was trying to get her accustomed to taking the bottle off rip, even with the breast milk. Next question I have is, what's your recommendation on exercises after having a C-section? So I am actually going to do a more in-depth like workout video, not even just like showing the workout, but just talking about my weight loss journey and my postpartum journey, getting back to me. That actually will be the next video you guys see. So if you want more insight on that, be sure to check out that video. I would say a lot of like core rebuilding exercises is really the main thing that you need to be focused on. And I think it's even just outside of a C-section, just rebuilding our core once we have our babies is the goal. We got to tighten those muscles back. They just stretch so far. Now, I'm no fitness guru, I ain't no health guru, none of that, but I do know like physics, is that the word? Anatomy, I think that's more so the word. I don't know. For me right now, where I'm at with it, I have lost the weight, so now I need to tighten. I need to tighten everything. Not only my core, I want to tighten up my legs, my arms, everything. I like the size that I'm at, but I do want everything to be more fit, tight, nice, right, you know? This is a question that I really don't have on the list, and everybody wants to know, what did I do to lose weight? There is a long answer and there is a short answer. The short answer is I literally worked out. I literally had discipline. But there also is a long answer, which will be in that video that I talked about as well. So basically with the short answer, I worked out. I committed to losing weight. You can go back and look at other vlogs that I have from after I had Rylan, and you can see the dedication, you can see the work. I have TikToks of me working out when I was like 3-4 months postpartum, but I also don't have that much footage of me doing workouts and things like that because I wasn't as comfortable with myself to be recording. So yeah. And with that being said, the next question follows up really nicely. How do you deal with being confident during postpartum? This was a real struggle for me. Oh no, I've always been real confident. I'm just me, like I just be me. I don't know if that even makes sense, but I've always just been me. So I've never felt like how I felt after I had Rylan and I was trying to get back to myself, and I was very, very heavy still. It was just really hard for me to find that newfound confidence that I have now. And I know that it does come from me looking more like my old self, even though I don't look, you know, exactly like my old self, not even close to it. But I feel like my old self. I look more similar to my old self than I did, you know, after I had her, and even months after I had her. I didn't really start losing a lot of weight until about May. So 5 months after I had her is really when I started, okay, girl, you've been like this for a little minute, like let's hit the gas and go full throttle with it. And that's really when I started to gain my confidence back. Even though I was still a little heavier, I started gaining my confidence back because I was like, bro, like you can do this, like you're really doing it too. And I started to see the weight fall off, and that was making me more confident, you know. I could feel a tear wanting to come. Okay, next topic. Somebody said, when do you plan to start baby-led weaning? And we have already started. We are still like trying to even just figure out like ways to implement the food. I know it's like different pages on Instagram and stuff that show, but I just be a little nervous still, to be honest, like with giving her like the actual, not just solids, but like the more texture food. Sometimes I get a little nervous, I don't know. So we have been doing it. We make her like these little waffle things and like little pancakes, but again, I get a little nervous sometimes. So we're still working on it, and I'm gonna show y'all sooner than later. Like next time we do it, I'll show y'all. It is a little nerve-wracking for me because it's like, OMG, I don't know, like I know she could chew, I don't know, does anybody feel me? And the last question I have here is, how are you mentally now that she's almost 1 year old? I feel like this is the fastest year of my life because she's literally almost 1 year old. Wow. I've literally almost been a mom for a whole entire year. Mentally, it started off a little rough because it's like you're trying to balance being a mom, you're trying to balance being a new you're trying to just balance so many different things. So it was feeling a little hard, but I just had so much support. I just felt like, oh girl, like it's nothing that you can't get through, you feel me? Now, mentally, I am like, wow, I'm just so proud to see not only where I am almost a year later, but where she is. Like, she is the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I just feel like God chose me to be her mom for a reason. And I mentally, physically, emotionally, this has been the best experience ever. I couldn't have asked for my experience of being a first-time mom to be any better. All days aren't great days, but all days will be a great day no matter how it starts. That's the mindset I have. I always try to exude positivity around myself, around my child, around my family, because we need to live in a positive space, you know? So mentally, again, I am great. I love being a mom. Honestly, truthfully, it's like the best thing ever. Okay, so enough with the questions. I'm going to share some advice that was given as well, and this advice was given to me, but I'm gonna give it to y'all too. Like, let's share. I ain't no gatekeeping them. So the first thing I have here is always take care of yourself so you can be the best for your baby. And I totally agree. That goes back to when I was breastfeeding, and you know, all of that I was going through, literally felt like I was slipping into a depression. I could not have been the best me to be the best mom to her if I was literally going down, you know? So I feel that. Always take care of yourself. We still got to take care of us. We are still people too. We are moms, but we are people first, okay? Don't forget about you. The second thing says there is no blueprint to being a parent. Make your own rules. Do what feels natural to you. And when I say I couldn't agree with this, like, anymore, I mean it. Because people post videos all day long trying to give tips and this, that, and the third, and it's just like, do what works for you. It's nice if that tip does work for you, but sometimes that stuff does not work for you. Everything is not for every baby. Everything is not for every mom. So I just feel like 1,000%. Do what feels natural to you. Your cousin, your auntie, your grandma, your mama, your sister, all of them could have kids, and they could have all did everything the way that they seem fit to do it for them. But when it comes to you, if you don't see fit to do it that way, then don't. And you don't have to feel bad about being that way. Period. The next thing says letting them cry themselves to sleep won't hurt. You can tell by their cry if they really need you, and that's fact. Now Rylan, she really doesn't cry herself to sleep, but if she's not going to sleep and she's very cranky, she is crying, I will put her in that swing, and she gonna stop crying and she gonna swing, and literally she'll be asleep in the next 5 minutes. So that's why I be telling y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna do when the swing give up on me. The next two things say always extend yourself grace and don't be afraid to ask for help. Facts. I'm not going to be afraid to ask for help ever. One thing about it, I'm going to ask for help. And I'm only going to ask, you know, a certain amount of people. I'm going to ask Reese, I'm going to ask my mama, I'm going to ask my sister. Period. But out of those 3 people, that help is going to be given. And that's all I need. The support system is so strong, I'm telling you. And if it come down to it, I ask my daddy. But my daddy got 3 kids, baby. Like, he got a lot going on over there. Like I said, my mama, Reese, my sister, no worries. Everything super straight over here when it comes to me, when it comes to Rylan. I promise you, super straight, because them 3 got my back like no other, and I love that for me and Rylan, for real, for real. I hope you guys enjoyed this question and answer, advice giving, first time mom thing. Like, really don't know what to call it, but we here, we talking. I love y'all, and I love y'all for always tapping in with me, giving me these questions, giving me that advice. I just love having conversations with y'all, and y'all clearly love having conversations with me too, because y'all be tapping in. I hope y'all enjoyed this again, and be sure to tune in to my next videos. I hope to see you there.